NTCSA looks to Chinese investment to bolster TDP rollout. South Africa's electricity sector is facing an interesting challenge. With the grid not designed for dispatch generation of intermittent energy sources, National Transmission Company of South Africa, NTCSA, CEO Monde Bala told delegates at the South Africa-China Electricity and Energy Investment Conference being held in Beijing, China, this week. To accommodate the changes in the energy mix and the change in geographical location of those energy sources, the NTCSA, a subsidiary of state-owned power utility Eskom, is undertaking the Transmission Development Plan, TDP. However, it does not have the requisite capacity to undertake the necessary expansion of the grid on its own and is calling on international partners to assist. The conference is a high-level investment mission by South Africa's Electricity and Energy Minister, Dr. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, aimed at unlocking strategic partnerships and investment for the country's energy future. Bala acknowledged that the TDP's aspirations are ambitious, but that this is what is required. While the entity is currently struggling to meet the required pace, with a lot of effort and intervention, it would be able to deliver, he assured South Africans during an interview on the sidelines of the event. Bala pointed out that, with the TDP in its second year of implementation, with several lines having started, the pace is still a little slow as delivery mechanisms are shored up. Bala stressed that any tardiness on the rollout of the TDP would impact on the rollout of the Integrated Resource Plan, IRP, and that the NTCSA is cognizant of what is at stake. He assured that measures are in place to hold the entity accountable. Bala explained that the IRP sets out a target of about 105 gigawatts of new generation capacity by 2039, and that this generation requires transformation of the national transmission grid to ensure the generation reaches customers and supports industrial growth. Bala highlighted that priority transmission expansion projects represent a 134 billion rand in investment opportunity within a broader 440 billion rand decade-long program. This TDP program entails the construction of about 14,500 kilometers of new transmission lines by 2034 and the installation of about 133,000 megavolt amperes of transformer capacity. The 134 billion rand figure represents prioritized NTCSA transmission expansion projects across the country and is a concrete near-term package within the broader TDP. The TDP outlines a sequenced, decade-long response aligned to IRP Period 1, which runs from this year to 2030, and Period 2, which runs beyond 2030. The first 5 years focus on about 5,000 kilometers of lines and substantial transformer capacity to unlock about 30 gigawatts of new generation. With the capital budget secured for this period, the NTCSA has moved into execution, Bala averred. He noted that delivery will combine NTCSA's own investment, engineering, procurement and construction packages, and independent transmission projects, engendering multiple entry points for private capital. Bala pointed out that the NTCSA does not have the capacity to fully execute the new lines and needs to plug the gap, adding that the conference in Beijing is a critical engagement to help meet the R134 billion investment target. He posited that Chinese capital, technology, delivery capability, and long-term partnership are crucial to achieve the required pace and scale. Bala highlighted a strategic participation opportunity for Chinese partners that moves beyond mere equipment supply and spans the entire value chain. This includes equity and project investment, EPC and project delivery, equipment and technology supply with localization, manufacturing and localization, financing partnerships, and long-term partnerships. He noted that, with South Africa having invested very little in transmission infrastructure in the last decade and a half, this capacity needs to be rebuilt, and Chinese expertise would supplement what the country already has. Moreover, he noted that they have expressed willingness to support the country's localization and industrialization drive. Meanwhile, the Chinese partners are looking to build on their sizable internal markets by extending into new ones, Bala explained. What is coming out is that South Africa is a gateway into the continent. When we engage with it is their hope that they will see South Africa as a springboard into the continent, and we are happy to facilitate and be part of that. He also acknowledged that the TDP's aspirations are ambitious, but that this is what is required. He stressed that any tardiness on the rollout of the TDP would impact on the rollout of the IRP, and that the NTCSA is cognizant of what is at stake. Bala indicated that greater pipeline visibility, credit enhancement, and regulatory clarity are being implemented to support bankable projects at scale. He emphasized that strong relationships with Chinese and international partners are critical to achieve the required pace and scale of the TDP, and expressed the NTCSA's willingness to engage with investors, developers, technology partners, and financiers that are keen to help deliver transmission infrastructure in this vein. He also stressed that, while bringing in international partners, South Africa must ensure that it does not lose sight of its industrialization targets and localization ambitions. He pointed out that completing the TDP rollout but not meeting these goals would be a considerable lost opportunity. Tasneem Bulbulia is attending the South Africa-China Electricity and Energy Investment Conference as a guest of South Africa's Department of Electricity and Energy.